Welcome back to the San Joaquin Valley Water and Land Use Series. I'm your host, Vicky Espinoza, a PhD candidate at UC Merced. In this series, I will go over the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act, or commonly referred to as SGMA, the most sweeping new water law in California in a century, which could affect the future of rural communities like yours across the state. It's very important for residents like you to have a say in how local agencies implement this law because their decisions could directly affect you, your water, your job, and what the land looks like around you. These videos are designed to give you important information about this law and how you can get involved. In part 1.2, I will go over local management under SGMA. Hi, I'm Vicky Espinoza. I'm a PhD candidate at UC Merced. My research analyzes the impacts of the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act, or SGMA, on agricultural land, and how these land use changes could impact farmers and communities like yours in the San Joaquin Valley. The land use decisions that are made to meet SGMA will impact your water, your jobs, and your community's landscape. So what am I doing to make sure that your voices are included in these land use decisions? I'm creating a land use model that includes your voice to inform the future landscapes of the valley. I'm also informing and learning from farmers and community members through workshops and my YouTube channel, Cali Water Ag. If you want to participate to help me create a land use model that includes your voice, feel free to email me at caliwaterag@gmail.com. And also feel free to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Cali Water Ag to stay tuned for any more videos and to connect with me for ways so that we can collaborate to create an equitable and representative San Joaquin Valley land use model. I look forward to meeting you all and enjoy the video. In this video, we will go over groundwater sustainability agencies, or GSAs, and other agency roles, why GSAs are needed to implement SGMA, what GSA formations look like, and the SGMA timeline. Groundwater sustainability agencies, or GSAs, are responsible for developing and implementing groundwater sustainability plans, or GSPs. These GSPs can be thought of as the roadmap for how these GSAs will achieve SGMA targets by their designated year. In other words, GSAs are the people deciding the future of water in your region and shaping the future of what your community will look like. The Department of Water Resources designated the critically, highly, and medium priority basins, which we saw in part 1 of this video SGMA series. They also provide technical tools and data and develop best management practices to help GSAs develop their GSPs. They also review and approve these GSPs. The State Water Resources Control Board is the state intervention which comes in if local GSAs are unable or unwilling to manage their basin. Why do we need groundwater sustainability agencies, or GSAs? SGMA acknowledges the importance of local management of groundwater due to the differences in conditions, uses, and issues of groundwater basins throughout the state, as shown by the varying changes in groundwater levels on the map on the left. SGMA requires a formation of these GSAs, which are responsible for developing and implementing strategies to avoid the 6 deadly sins of SGMA and replenish groundwater in overdrafted basins. Now let's clarify who can make up a GSA and who can participate in a GSA. Those who make up the GSA are local agencies. That would be your irrigation districts, water storage districts, city and county agencies. Then there are those who can participate in developing the groundwater sustainability plans, or GSPs. They're called interested parties. They include mutual water companies, water corporations, community members, and farmers. Hey, that's you! I'd like to emphasize that these GSAs and other agencies are still learning what will and won't work in their basin to achieve SGMA targets by 2040. And the GSPs are likely to change over time to address what isn't working. So it's very important to stay involved to continue informing these GSPs and make them representative of your community's needs. If you would like to learn how to find the GSA for your community, check out the step-by-step tutorial that I have on Cali Water Ag called How to Find Your Groundwater Sustainability Agency. Now let's take a look at what local management looks like under SGMA. The map on the right shows the GSAs that make up the Kings and Tulare Lake groundwater subbasins. As you can see, many GSAs can form to cover one subbasin. The yellow box on the map on the left gives you a sense of where this region lies in the San Joaquin Valley. This isn't the only way GSA formations look like. Let's go into a bit more detail on how these GSA formations vary. One way that GSAs can form are as centralized GSAs. A centralized GSA is a single agency that covers the entire basin and assumes all authority and responsibility. The agency can be new or existing. The blue circles on the map highlight how large a basin is and how a single agency can take on that responsibility to manage such a large area under SGMA. In a distributed GSA, each GSA assumes all responsibilities for their service area, as is the case on the map on the left. Individual GSAs can be made up of local agencies like the ones I mentioned before, single water districts, county and city agencies, as well as multiple agencies. In the case that a distributed GSA is formed for a basin, each GSA develops and will implement its own GSP. Imagine that, a lot of sustainability plans to help bring a single basin to sustainability. But don't worry, all these GSAs are required to have a formal coordination agreement that covers the entire basin to make sure that each individual GSP is actually helping to promote improvements of the subbasin. A combination GSA is made up of a centralized GSA, which assumes the majority of the responsibilities of developing and implementing the GSPs, while the other agencies take on the rest of the responsibilities. Well, that pretty much covers what GSA formations look like across the state. As you can see, there is diverse representation of the GSA boards and their perspectives. Some boards have diverse representation while others do not. And consequently, it's important for you to voice your concerns and participate in the process to develop your community's future. I will go into more detail on how you can help shape the future of water in your region in part 3 of this video series. Now let's review the SGMA timeline. SGMA passed in 2014. GSAs were formed by the end of October 2017. The GSPs for critically overdrafted basins, a majority of them in the San Joaquin Valley, were submitted to the Department of Water Resources by the end of January of this year, 2020. High, medium, and low priority basins have 2 extra years to put together their GSPs, so they will submit them to DWR for review in early 2022. GSAs are required to submit progress reports to the Department of Water Resources every 5 years to check progress on sustainability and make changes to management approaches if needed. Critically overdrafted basins aim to achieve groundwater sustainability by 2040, and basins in high, medium, and low priority basins aim to achieve sustainability by 2042. That concludes part 2 of the SGMA video series. In this video, we learned that groundwater sustainability agencies, or GSAs, develop and implement groundwater sustainability plans, or GSPs, to meet SGMA targets by 2040. GSAs aim to help basins avoid the 6 sins of SGMA, and GSPs are currently being reviewed by the Department of Water Resources. And I want to go over that these GSPs still have the potential to change over time, so it's very important for you to become involved. Tune in to part 3 of this video series to learn more about the opportunities and challenges of SGMA, as well as more on what you can do as a community member to ensure that GSPs are representative of your community's needs. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, please ask in the video comments or feel free to send an email to caliwaterag@gmail.com as seen on that screen. And don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to Cali Water Ag and share this video with family and friends so that together we can learn more about California water and agriculture. A special thanks to Vice Lab at UC Merced and the Environmental Defense Fund for funding of this project and editorial support.